let's just talk about what happened today. Let's just get it out of the way right away.
We can dive right in.
Out of the room.
Yeah. So we've been riding for the past 3 days, and it's been really insane. Like deep snow, insane mountains, steepness, pretty much the gnarliest of the gnarly you can get into on snowmobiles, right? So we're in basically the most flat, level parking lot. The easiest thing we have done the entire trip, right? I go, hey, Brett, can I borrow your snowmobile to take a thumbnail picture? And he goes, yeah, buddy, of course. Just be careful, though. The throttle has a little bit of ice in it, so it might stick. So just in case, wear this tether around your wrist. And I was like, okay, all right, well, it should be fine. I'm literally just pulling it like 3 feet on flatness.
Driving around like
I shouldn't have much to worry about here, right? And so sure enough, I hop on it and pulling it around, and I'm like, oh, shit, I can feel a little bit of stickiness in this throttle, right? And then there was like a little mound because I was trying to get up next to this measuring stick because I thought it'd look good in the thumbnail, right? And to get up this mound, I give it a little bit more pepper. Throttle sticks.
Wide open
On an 850 boost. The thing pretty much rockets out from underneath me. It plows over this like landmark of a snow depth meter, right?
Any snowmobiler in North America has looked at that camera and said, like, how much snow is in Revelstoke?
Yeah. Plows through this 6-inch tree that the measuring stick is bolted to.
Keep in mind, this thing is 15 feet tall, and it's buried about like 8 feet. Right
Yeah. Breaks the tree clean in half, and then the sled, luckily I had the tether on my wrist. The sled then dies after, but it had gotten so much speed.
It was fully airborne.
It was fully airborne. I have like the perfect mental image in my brain right now. Like I'm waiting for Elon to just like pull my SD card so we can put that into the computer.
Dude, so
seriously, we need
honestly,
that.
Yeah, we need that. We need that. So yeah, we have Mike. Mike is over there taking photos because we weren't planning on
Big bummer. I'm pointing
happening.
I'm pointing a camera right at you as this all happened, like pointing it at the scene with a wide angle. It would have got it all, but I'm in photo mode.
Yeah,
and
big bummer.
Yeah,
bummer.
my jaw's never been lower on the floor than seeing you do that today.
So I do that. The snowmobile rockets out, hits the pole, snaps it in half. I'm then laying on the ground in sheer disbelief of what just happened. And the first thing I do is like check my body, like I'm good. I didn't get hit by the tree coming down or hit a tree in the process. Luckily, I kind of bailed early.
Dude, you were white as a ghost.
But yeah, I was like extremely rattled.
Casper.
One, I was worried about Brett's sled. It's like a $30,000 snowmobile, and I just launched it into a tree.
Specifically built, and also what, brand new this week?
Yeah, I mean it's like not even out of break-in mode yet.
Yeah,
I'm still continually putting parts on it.
Which we put on a new bumper last night, which is good timing. But I'm like the snowmobile, and then I'm like, oh my god, what the did I just hit? I'm like looking over and I see two pieces of yellow laying in. I'm like, oh, I just plowed through that meter stick, and then I look up and there's like 40 people in the parking lot.
Dude, there's people
just
like
staring,
piling out of the cabin.
Yeah, and then people start coming out of this cabin. So I guess to give a little reference, this cabin in British Columbia is like one of the most legendary spots to go
Boulder
to.
Cabin.
Like everyone knows what the Boulder Cabin is if they've ridden in the area, or like you said, checked the webcam, because there's a webcam on top of the cabin that points at this metering stick that is live 24 hours a day. So at any point you can check, hey, did they get snow? I'm gonna look at the metering stick. Boom.
Hey, did Ben hit?
Why is the metering stick all of a sudden 4 feet smaller? Did we get 4 feet of snow, or what happened? So I'm just figuring out what happened. I'm like, oh my god, this is insane, right? And I'm like, Mike, turn that fucking camera on, bro, because Mike was just taking pictures. I was like, record. And Mike turns it on. I'm like trying to figure out like still what's going on. Turkey comes up and he's like, you good, my sled? You good? Yeah. And I'm like looking around, and then pretty soon I just see a flock of people moving in, and nobody was like smiling.
There was a guy that was like, huh, nice move, guys, idiots. And I looked at him and I was like, pardon? I was like, my $30,000 snowmobile just ghost rode into that thing. Like, you think that this was real? There would be cameras rolling everywhere. And for one, am I going to loan you my brand new Polaris boost to just go kamikaze it through a 6-inch tree? Like,
and also why the important tree of all of them?
And so I like looked at this guy and I was like, do you not realize the like severity of the situation here? He's like, well, man, like somebody's got to come up here and fix this thing. I was like, we got it. I have to go over there and make sure my buddy's alive. Like, it looks like all of the blood left his face and went to his feet. Like,
laying on the ground.
And
still.
so that guy was just like, he was so buttered because, I mean, jokingly so, like, he was probably going to wonder how much snow we got tonight because it's snowing right now. So he's like, he's going to be,
sure
he's going to be like so put off by the fact that the stick is like 4 feet lower now.
Dude, people are going to look at the camera and go, holy shit, there's 13 feet of snow.
The best part is everyone that was outside was like hyped on it. Whatever, to an extent. I mean, like most of them that came up were like, oh, it was crazy. And then everyone that went into the cabin were like, they didn't want to see it. And then Ben was like,
thought that it was just like
Ben was like, I'm not going into the cabin. I don't want. And I was like, I think that's where the crowd gets a little upset. And so I went in there, and then some guy's like, yeah, Turcotte's always bringing all his amateur buddies around. And
does he know?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I like heard it from across, and I was like, in that situation, it's really funny because we're the amateur buddies. But it was.
I thought it was also pretty funny that there was people like coming up and they were like, hey. Yeah, we're subs and everything. I was like, man, these people got to think that we're just so fucking stupid.
Yeah, but you know what, dude? You
like,
guys,
they got to be like, damn, these kids are like always just doing this, huh? Like,
yeah,
they're
but
just,
you guys are gonna be able to back
fake.
it up.
It's not fake. They're not putting on a show.
They really
like
are
acting
that
like they are this stupid. I don't know. I think it was just probably came off like refreshing for them to know.
Yeah. But you know what, dude? The
that.
video's gonna come out and it's like, you guys were shredding, and where we were today was like, you did a sick drop. Evan did like a half a backflip off a drop. Spencer hit a drop on his snow bike. Like,
no, it did. The day
it's
did
not that
start
you guys
out
are like lack of
good.
skill. That was just like, man, some things are just meant to happen, and that was like, camera was off, unfortunately. But
just the
I mean, it's just like, it is what it is. The people are talking about you. Like the hype is out.
Yeah, they say no publicity is bad publicity.
No, bad.
Huh?
No,
bad publicity is better than no publicity.
Oh, is that what they said?
Close
royally dick.
I knew it was
that one.
something like that.
You know what, dude? I'm honestly just like, I mean, things happen out there, and it's like all the gnarly things. Like, man, I've half underspun backflips and like stepped off and been fine, and like no sled damage, nothing. And it's just like, it's always the quirky things, that you're like not thinking
when you
about.
Ben's out here being quirky.
Yeah. See, I was just goofing around. Like, some people do backflips when they're goofing around. Some people accidentally ghost ride snowmobiles into legendary metering sticks.
I had gotten a message too on my Instagram, like, oh yeah, I imagine the bill's in the mail from the club.
Of course, it had to be on your sled too. Well, it either been on your sled or Carter's sled. So either way, I would have been in the wrong.
Yeah.